say some really stupid shit. You ready for this?
Hold tight.
Wait, let's get
No, we're gonna put this down before I get pissed. When you say something really brilliant.
Oh, we're gonna put it down here.
Right there is fine.
Okay. Go on down.
Because like I said, at this point I'm ready to cut the oil pans apart and make our own damn oil pan.
Well, this is probably what we're going to end up doing, but I have other suggestions I want to ponder before we start cutting shit apart. Oh, ponder. So we're actually hitting the back, right? You see where we're sitting in the back right there?
Dude, we're gonna hit bumps and they're gonna move things forward and the oil pan's gonna crash against it. We really ought to have a camera here to hear us.
That's what I was going to go grab the camera.
Okay, this ought to be a familiar view to some people.
Right.
All right.
So Jerry has some crazy ideas.
So you can see probably where this thing is currently. All right. Hey, you stop that. Stop that.
Oh, look at the oil mess I'm making over there.
What, this? Okay, so you can see where the oil pan was hitting the cross member. Now this is a front sump oil pan, and we know that we're supposed to have a rear sump oil pan on this thing. We have been trying to get correct rear sump oil pans.
So you made a statement this engine is going to be farther forward, huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that doesn't help. The motor mounts are connected to the cross member. That doesn't help. I was thinking about moving the cross member forward.
Yeah, let's really increase the size of our intermediate shaft.
But
I mean, we might have to do that.
The motor mounts are attached, so we can't do that.
If we might have to do that when we get an NV4500, but at the moment we don't have one.
I was just saying, I was thinking about moving the cross member forward, but the motor mounts are attached to it.
And there's no holes significantly.
Well, we'd have
to
drill them and bolt it, or drill them and weld it, bolt it, better than welding it. I understand what you're saying. That was a thought. The motor mounts are connected, so we can't really do that.
You know what the funny thing is they did put a big block in this thing. We just can't find an oil pan.
In 75, and I found a couple of oil pans for $400 a piece on
that's just
Craigslist.
Dumb.
Yeah. There's your spring for your hood. It's over there. You should be able to just stuff it right back in there. They just slide in there. The little piece sticks down, and the other piece, so you put it in, and then you push the pin in. Yeah, there you go. That's it. That's all that holds them up there. That one you're going to have to grab the pipe wrench or something and bend it back. Crescent wrench would be more controllable. Oh, that worked. Looks good to me. So notching it.
That's a horrible idea, but go ahead.
We'd have to build a reinforcement inside of it afterwards.
Yep.
Closer to this front side, which we have a welder and we're able to do.
All right, I'll give you that. Yes, we could completely rebuild the cross member, weld it to the existing cross member, and move it forward 3 inches.
Still,
but we
doesn't sound like a great idea.
No.
Okay. So I'm just going through some other things that I'm pretty sure is not going to work. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. We take both oil pans to Albert's. We clean them up really well. We mark them where we're going to cut them, and we make our own oil pan. We have an issue.
Go ahead.
No
yes,
pickup
pickup tube will be fun to build.
We'll have to build
one.
A pickup tube.
And it's going to be a case of putting a piece in, cutting it, putting a flange on it, and then building something that bolts to that flange over to the back.
We'll have to put a...
because the way that screws in, there's no way to really put a significant...
What's the pickup tube in the small block look like, and where does it come from?
Well, the oil pump on the small block's in the back, and it's in the oil pan.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So it's going to look very much like a Chevy pickup tube, probably coming straight off the oil pan.
That's what I figured. It might even be a pin style. Because some of the old ones had pins in them instead of screwing in. Because they were too... It was a 90, so you couldn't screw it. Just slid it in and stuck the pin.
But this one obviously screws in at about a 30-degree angle on the block.
Well, between the two, we could probably make a pickup tube. Maybe we could just buy some tube and weld it in, and
we could screw something in and put a flange on it.
Right.
Put a gasket on that and build our own pickup tube that bolts to the flange.
Yeah.
And Albert is more than skilled enough to do that.
I think we can do that too.
Yeah, I'm not much of a welder. I mean, we can probably do it, I'll agree, but...
Well, either way, we're stopped for today. This fucking sucks.
This is...
aggravating?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I mean, that's polite. I mean, I really don't feel like being polite right now. Not when we spent this much money trying to get these parts.
I thought we had it this time.
Except that the darn oil pan is identical to the oil pan we've got, and it's supposed to be a rear sump.
And that's why they say it takes the stock pickup tube, because it's the stock oil pan.
The rear sump oil pan, the factory rear sump oil pan, would probably work. But this is not a rear sump oil pan, it's a front sump oil pan. The oil pickup tube that we had, the one that was welded wrong, would have worked.
Right. If it was a rear sump oil pan. Let's go do some more research.
Bye.